I wanted a good adventure game, you know, one where you actually like explore a place and fight some guys, like Yakuza. And I got Way of the Samurai. I think it'd be like Yakuza. I can safely say that Way of the Samurai 3 is the most insane game I've ever played unintentionally. By that, I mean it's a bit overwhelming at first since there's no standard tutorial, but it doesn't take very long to get a grip on how you play. At first, you know, when I started playing, it seemed like a generic adventure game set in feudal Japan. You got your heavy attacks, you got your light attacks, you got shops, quests, mediocre war story, there's good guys, there's bad guys. But then, when you start the game up, after that first cutscene, you've got the best button that you should put in every video game ever. It just pops up there when you your first dialogue option. This little beauty right here lets you end every single cutscene in the game. And like even when you go to the shops and stuff, you can still do this button. But basically, let you end every single cutscene with your fucking sword. And by that I mean you can just kill everybody. You can take out your sword and just start fucking fighting people. Some people are trying to help you because you got hurt, pull out your sword. Little kid being annoying, pull a sword out. Some guy trying to give you the intro to the story, you already know what it is, baby. So many games pussyfoot around violence, but in this one you can actually kill everyone except for little kids and animals. Combat is actually fun too, since I found myself using more than one attack in most situations. Unlike most adventure games where you spam one attack to win. Slashing your way through enemies doesn't feel like you're just slashing through butter either. It feels like you're actually trying to kill somebody who's trying to defend themselves as well. Main cast especially is incredibly tough to take down. There's even an ending for killing every single major character in the game, and then, you know, ending it. There are multiple endings, but nearly all of them are slight variations of a handful of major endings, completed with a small narration of what happened to your character. The story in this game takes a more of a backseat to the game itself, like what you do in the game. Speaking of endings, when your game does end eventually, your progress is kept in your next run. Your weapons, your accessories, your items, etc. are all kept between runs, meaning that if you're truly struggling, you can go full suicide mission for a single sword, or a spear or something, and start your next game with another little advantage. A minute passes in the game for every real life second, and teleporting through the map takes an hour away. The entire game's world is pretty damn small, so if you're looking for a really expansive world, it's not as stressful as Dead Rising either, since you don't have to gauntlet your way through each level. Unlike Dead Rising, you have to kill thousands of zombies to get from point A to point B, here you just walk past people with your sword sheathed. If you want the game to be more hard though, you can change the difficulty. You start with easy, which is my favorite difficulty, normal, and you can unlock hard and instant kill mode. You unlock these modes by beating the game, and depending on what you did during your run, you earn samurai points. Basically, being more successful in the game earns you more points. The more points you get, the more bonus content you get, and you get accessories and costumes and stuff like that too. You gotta do these little jobs in the game, which basically kind of like deviations, I suppose, where you have to look for items or find a couple kids, and basically all you do is really press A a lot if you look down from the bare bones perspective. But there's something very novel about it as well. They make your reputation more positive with each faction you work with, and doing enough missions will get people saying your name and saying, "Oh, hey person," whatever you name your character. Increasing your reputation allows you to also continue down different story paths. Another thing I wanted to highlight is the character customization system. It's not robust by any means, you can only change your outfit and your face, but it's a nice little touch and it keeps you going. There's also an accessory system which allows you to put little items in your character, such as masks and cat ears, and the more you play, the more crazy shit you unlock. In the actual game itself, you can also unlock some normal stuff, like masks and prayer beads. The game allows you to take it as seriously as you want. There's these over-exaggerated facial features on the characters, which is hilarious, but the story is told so seriously, and it contrasts so well with the game, and it doesn't feel awkward at all. It's just very funny almost. When you can play the game, you got people like, you got one guy with a cockeyed eyebrow in the middle of the cutscene, you got a guy talking about like the future or whatever. There's a bunch of little systems in the game too, like mini games you can play, like actual mini games, not just like little deviations like I said earlier, such as grabbing a sword. And there's also shops, so you make your own weapons, and then a weapon customization system. There's multiple stances that you can use on different swords, and unlockable stances too. The developers put a lot of time into the combat, and it really shows, since the combat isn't just, you know, like I said earlier, press one button to win. It's press a lot of buttons and time your attacks correctly to win. So in the end, I have to say, please buy Samurai Buyers. I can't believe I actually just said that. So please buy Way of the Samurai 3. It's such a great game. It's a little eccentric, and it's very small. It doesn't take a lot of dedication. You can finish it within an hour, and it's really just an eccentric little video game that I think everybody should get. It's only $20 too. It's really cheap for what great value you're getting. It does have a little bit of DLC, by the way, but it's just like little extra weapons and costumes. I give this game a muffin out of 10. I recommend it to everybody who likes games like Undertale, Assassin's Creed, Red Dead Redemption, adventure games, eccentric video games, and Japanese video games. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more video games and stuff. Yeah. Woo!